Thank you very much. And thank you for ITA for inviting me. So today we are going to look at how Nexo can help not only airlines, but the whole payment world in shaping the future by adopting standards. So this is the agenda. We'll skip that. That's just for memory. We have a vision, which is to simplify how payment acceptance is implemented everywhere. What is payment acceptance? Is the way of making a payment possible within the system of a merchant. To send it to the acquirer, which is the payment service provider that will process it and make sure that the money goes to the account of the merchant. And our mission is for that, to accomplish this vision, to define, publish, and promote global payment acceptance standards and all the supporting services that go together with that. So what is Nexo Standards? That's an association. It's a not-profit association which submits standards to ISO, the International Standard Organization, and especially to ISO 20022, which is the financial standard managed internally by ISO. We have members from all the payment industry sectors. So it's not just some technical people from, let's say, banks that publish a standard and make sure that it's used. It's everybody that contributes, from the merchants and payment acceptors, and that includes airlines. And all the card schemes are basically present in also member of the association. Vendors that will produce systems and solutions to allow the merchants to accept payments. Payment service providers that will make sure that the money flows into the merchant's current account, and processors that will use the solutions to process payments. So we designed these standards for payment acceptance. We use a collaborative approach. So all these contributors are working together. It's on a consensus-based mode of taking decisions. And what is very, very important, it's license-free and royalty-free. So you will be, you are able to take the standards and implement them. We will not ask you for money for that. So we are putting in place all the building blocks that needs to be adopted, and that's the concept is to make them modular and interoperable. That's the real concept. We need to make every payment, every solution active in payment interoperable to make sure that we simplify the way payments are managed in the ecosystem. And we work with a lot of other organizations. Some of them are already defining some standards. So there is a collaboration because we don't want to work in isolation. Other people are doing things in that area, and we need to collaborate. So some facts. It's one single ISO version, 28 or 22 version worldwide, so it's very important. We adopted an international standard, so you're sure that this is what you will need, and it's not something that is local just for Europe or for the United States. It's really worldwide. We have 109 international members of all the sectors we've seen before. And we have deployments by our members in 31 countries, and that's for every continent on the globe, with 5 billion payment transactions processed with Nexo standards-based solutions every year, and hundreds of thousands of terminals, that have payment devices that run the protocols that we design. So let's have a look at the difference between ISO, so the International Standard Organization, with that ISO 20022, the financial part of ISO standards, and Nexo standards. What is the difference? So ISO 20022 defines the global standard for all the financial messages, and Nexo standards just focuses, our goal is to focus on acceptance for any digital payment, so not just card, we will talk about that later, at the point of interaction. ISO 20022 has multiple submitting organizations. We are the only one that makes standards in the payment acceptance domain. So that's important. We are not in conflict with other submitting organizations that will make parallel or conflicting standards. We are completely coherent, and that's easier for you then to work. And we have been the only payment acceptance ISO submitting organization since 2014, so that's more than 10 years now that we're working. But the actual association was created even before that. ISO 20022 defines the structure of the messages. It doesn't define the deployment, how they must be used. That's our job, and we provide 4 protocols and 1 payment specification that are ready for use to implement. So let's look at the scope and what happened. We started with cards in 2014, and we added loyalty in 2015. So we really focused for a long time only on cards. We added online sales, so e-commerce in 2019. We added public transport, electric vehicle charging in 2023. We added, that's very important, so that's our start to see other means of payment, instant payment in 2024, and APIs are being introduced, because there is also not only a change in the way payments are organized from cards to account-to-account payments, but also the increasing use of APIs, in particular in terms of accepting instant payments or account-to-account payments. So we have moved 2 APIs this year, and that will be extended to all aspects of our specifications. And thank you for Eric Tack to have introduced the topic. We are also starting working on digital currencies with the prospect of having protocols and specifications ready by 2027. So that's starting from cards to any digital payment that would be beneficial for the implementation by merchants and PSPs together. So why is it important to standardize payment acceptance? Because it provides efficiency and cost management. If you have your processes that are based on standard, it's easier to implement them, it's easier to expand them, and it's easier to obtain the best solution from competition, from your providers. So you don't have a vendor lock-in, because you are obliged to use a solution because they use a bespoke standard or bespoke implementation. You can shift from one provider to the other quite easily, and that improves competition in payments. That also improves customer experience, because that makes possible to have faster transaction times, and you have thus, especially for e-commerce, higher conversion rates, and it gives more choice, because we can include local payment options. I said that we have all the schemes as members of the association, and that includes domestic schemes that are not only international schemes. It also improves security and compliance for all parties, because we embed security in the protocol. That's a very important part of our job. And we have also automatic compliance that is organized to make sure that our standards are automatically compliant with different regulations. So I'm finishing this with this slide, so a bit in advance, I see. Nexo simplifies your payment processes, and that's for all players. I really insist. I talked about all the sectors that are members of the association, especially in the retail sector and the merchant sector. It's all players, including airlines. In terms of airlines, you can obtain significant cost savings, and customer will enjoy the payment, an enhanced payment experience. Also because we didn't say that, but ISO 20022 is a very impressive improvement on former standards. You probably don't know it, but the former standard was ISO 8583, and it's something that is proving its age. It's now very old, and it's quite difficult to make it evolve, and it's quite difficult to make it really interoperable. That's one of the lack. ISO 20022 has many advantages, including the fact that you can more easily interoperate with it, and it's also much richer in data. And I know that for airlines, data are very important because you can convey many pieces of information about the trip that your customer is going to do, and so it gives you a lot of advantages that will also be visible in how the users, how the customers will enjoy their payment experience. And it's future-proof because it's based on ISO 20022, so it's not something that we do in isolation. That's part of the international standard, so that fits with the long-term strategy, and especially the long-term strategy for an airline, which is a crucial point. So if we can make this statement, making payment acceptance more interoperable demands a modern transaction message standards, and that's what Nexo is all about. That's what we are trying to provide to all our members and to the payment industry. So thank you very much.